Welcome to Vlogmas Day 5. I figured today we would just do more of like a chill day. I have a little unboxing here for you. I'm gonna walk you through my 2026 planning, maybe do a little Q&A. I definitely want to walk you through the books that I've read in the last 3 months and what I'm excited to read next. So let's get into it. First, let's do this unboxing. I got some new Labubus. Let's see what we got together. I'm gonna need a scissor for this. I just realized I can't just break it open. Actually, I'm also gonna turn on my Christmas tree so that we're more in the spirit of Christmas. Let's make it all the way to the last one. All right, I have my box cutter in hand and let's open this box. So I'm really excited because I got my hand on 2 Labubus and there's also a free gift that came with my purchase, and it was like a Dymo Disney blind box or bag. I'm not sure, but I'm super excited. So first I got the Pin for Love Labubu. And this is the one that comes with like the alphabet letters. So I'm hoping I get M, C, or L, but there's a lot of different letters in this set. It goes up to M. So this is A through M. So I feel like it's gonna be hard to probably get the M that I want. If I don't get any of the letters I want, I hope I at least get a color I want. I wouldn't mind D. That looks like a nice color. Ooh, maybe F, the little yellow. F would be cool because my last name is Fernandez. I also got another exciting macaroon. I have the sesame bean, which is like a gray. My niece gifted to me from all the way from New York. It was brought to me all the way from New York. Thank you, Ella. I would love either green grape or this pink one, lychee berry. They're also cute though. I also wouldn't mind sea salt coconut, which is like a nice blue. Or whatever the secret is. That would be kind of cool. I never get secrets, so that would be kind of fun. And then, so this is the little Disney wine bag that they sent with my gift with purchase. There's a bunch of characters that you can get. It would be fun to get Goofy. I don't know if you guys know, but I collect Goofy stuff. I love Goofy, he's so cute. Or like a Mickey. Minnie looks really cute. So start with the Pin for Love. It's the tiniest. Let's see the satisfying, oh, hold on. Man, okay, let's see. That's so satisfying. I love the Pop Mart boxes. Oh, it comes in like a little pouch. I don't get the satisfying rip with this one. All right, you guys can see it first. Can you see what it is? I don't know, let's see. It's D. Oh, that's a good one. Cute as that, it's like a little baby Labubu. I love it, I'm gonna hang it from my bag. Oh, I really like these. I feel like I wanna collect these now. They're so cute, they're so tiny. Oh, I forgot, there's a sticker in here. I always try not to look at these, but I do love their stickers. Let's move on to exciting macaroon. This is probably like my favorite because the hardware on these is gold. So I love that. That was really satisfying. Okay, let's see. So I guess they're doing these bags now. I don't like these. I like the ones that you rip open. They're way more satisfying, but the bags are cute. I like that they're like kind of reusable, and you could put your Labubus away in these, which is kind of nice. You guys can see it first. Oh, I love this. We got the green grape. He's so cute, look at that. See what I mean? They have like the gold hardware. I love that. I feel like it makes it look so luxe. Oh, it's not a sticker for these. It's just like a little cardboard thing, but I could put it in my planner with like glue behind it, so nice. Now what I'm most excited about is this. Again, I don't know what it is. It was a gift with purchase, but let's see. Let's find out what we get. You get 3 and they come in these tiny little bags, which is really adorable. So let's see. Oh my God, they're so cute. They're so tiny. That is so cute. They're like little babies. They're so tiny. I'm obsessed. Let's see who else we got. Oh my God, did I just get Goofy? They're so tiny. I can't get over how cute they are. They're adorable. And Mickey. All right, so I got all of the characters that I want. I'm gonna have to find a place to like display these because they're just so cute. They're like tiny little figurines. I can't. I'm just so obsessed with these. All right, now let's get into some of the books I've read in the past 3 months. Some I have loved, some I would like to put away and never see again in my life. Let's get into it. First on my list is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This is probably one of my favorite reads this year. It is such a sweet book. I absolutely love it. I mean, it is just so good. So if you want something charming and sweet, nothing crazy, nothing dark, this one is a really good one. It's about a witch who finds herself being a teacher in a witch orphanage of sorts. And according to the rules of witches, witches aren't supposed to be together because their power becomes too strong and then others can find them. And the whole point is that they stay hidden so that nobody knows who they are. But she ends up falling in love with the human who already knows about witches. The whole book is just like a very sweet read. I absolutely loved it, would highly recommend this. Next on my list is Guardian Demon. This is part of a series, but I was at Target and I just picked it up because I saw the cover. This book looks gorgeous. However, this is probably one of those books that I wish I didn't read. Maybe it just wasn't for me, but I didn't think the writing was good. I felt that the spicy scenes were just so in your face, and I don't know, the language that was being used, a lot of it, I just didn't like it. And the storyline was very meh. It's about a demon and an angel who are supposed to be enemies, and then they fall in love. But the demon lives on Earth and the angel is forbidden from dating said demon, and they go through a bunch of things and realize that they actually had met in the past. It felt like a very long read. Like, I skimmed through a lot of just the details because it just didn't feel like it was adding to the story. Again, this is part of a series and maybe I should have picked up the first book first, but I didn't realize it was part of a series till after. But I did some research and the internet told me that I didn't have to read them in order because each book is basically about a different demon and like their story. All of the demons are friends and they live together, but every book is a different story, and so it would still make sense. I just didn't love it, so this is a no for me. Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I, again, love Sarah J. Maas's writing. I think she's a very good writer. Without giving away too many spoilers for this, because I know a lot of people still haven't read this series, but the twist in this book, gut-wrenching, but I feel like it's one of those things that needed to happen in order for you to understand the main character in this book. And I'm assuming that as you're reading the next books, this one really explains why Selena is who she is, how she is, what drives her, what her motives are. I think this book really sets up the next books for you. So if you haven't already read this, if you're in the middle of the series, just pick this one up and read it. And I feel like it's going to give you a lot of context into who Selena Sardothian is. And I loved it. So definitely another one of my favorites this year. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is so good. I've seen the play twice. I've read all the Harry Potter books. I've seen all of the movies a couple of times. And by couple, I mean a lot of times. And just reading this, I loved it. I just absolutely love the play. So I figured, why not read the book? I had it laying around and I hadn't read it yet. So I picked it up, started reading it. I think I read this in like 2 days. It was just so hard to put down. I'm really happy that I read this. If you haven't read this yet and you're a Harry Potter fan, I highly recommend it. Especially if you are like me and you're a Slytherin and you've always been Team Malfoy. This book is awesome because it really paints Malfoy in a different light, and you can really see the struggles that he had in the past with his dad and everything that he didn't want to be but was kind of forced into being because of his last name. So loved it. Highly recommend, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. Red City is kind of an interesting read. I believe this is the first book in a series, and I can't say I loved it, but I also didn't hate it. I feel like as I was reading it, there was parts that were a little bit boring, and I don't know if it was just the writing style or the storyline, but there were parts that were just too descriptive, and I kind of just wanted to get through them. But I did enjoy the actual storyline. I thought it was a very interesting story. I thought the writing or maybe the character development could have used a little bit of help, but it's the type of book that I actually finished because I wanted to understand what was gonna happen to the main character. If you are into like underground, dark city things, there's alchemy, there's magic, there's gangs, this would be a good book for you. I really wanted to read it and like it. It's possible that this book just wasn't for me. It's definitely something that if you can get into, it's probably a really good book that you're gonna like. I also have a couple other books that I read on the Kindle. Wild Dark Shore. I have recommended this book to literally everyone that I have spoken to, and it is just expertly written. It is such an interesting, dark book. It just pulls you in. Once you get past the first couple of chapters and you establish who each character is and whose POV you are reading in that moment, the book becomes so good, and it is just such a thrill ride. There is something new happening in every chapter. I literally could not put this book down. Every chapter, I wanted to know what was gonna happen next. I just could not put it down. So I really highly recommend it. That one is probably my favorite read of the entire year. It's just so good. I just sped through it just because I needed to know what was gonna happen next. And there's like a surprise at every turn, and people aren't who you think they are, and it's just, love it. Next on my list is Violet Thistlewaite Is Not a Villain Anymore. Just another sweet little book. If you want an easy read, this feels like a beach read, but for winter. I absolutely recommend it if you want something easy and fun and charming to read during the holidays. It's such a sweet little book. It feels very quaint. I didn't give it 5 stars. I don't think the writing and the character development is impressive, but it is a very nice, sweet read. So I highly recommend it, especially if you want something easy to read during the holidays. It is nice. And then last but not least, I read the entire Red Rising series. My husband had been trying to make me read this for a couple months already. He read the entire series and he was obsessed with it. He was like, you have to read it. It is so good. And I finally gave in and started reading it, and I could not put it down. It is so good, the entire series. I absolutely love it. Every book just gets better than the last one, and every surprise, every turn of events. It reminded me a lot of like Game of Thrones, where like you just never knew what was gonna happen. You never felt safe. I highly recommend the entire series. Those are all of the books I read in like the past couple of months. I also finished the ACOTAR series this year, which Nesta, that is my girl. Sarah, please write the next book already. I need to know what happens next. Finishing that book made me really sad because that fantasy world that Sarah J. Maas built for us is just incredible and I really miss it. So I hope she writes another one soon for ACOTAR. Next on my list to read is Good Spirits. I got this in my December book of the month and it seems like a perfect read for the holidays. So I'm excited to read this one. I will circle back with my opinions. So stay tuned for that. So I figured I'd answer some questions that I've seen come through in my time as a creator here on YouTube and on Instagram. And one of the questions I get asked the most is, why did I move to Florida, specifically the Orlando area? I'm originally from New York. I was basically born and raised there. I was born in the Dominican Republic, but I came to the United States when I was 3. So it literally feels like I was born in New York and I was raised there for most of my life. I absolutely love New York. I think it is a beautiful city. It is the city that never sleeps, and there's a lot of opportunity there for career growth, and there's a lot of good food there. It is very diverse, and I just really loved being raised in New York. I feel like New York made me who I am today. It taught me so much, and I will forever be grateful to New York for that. However, once we had Logan, we knew that we wanted to leave the city and we wanted to be in a place where we could really watch him grow and be outside, experience things that we never got to experience as kids, and just have space for him to really grow in. And we knew that New York would not be the place for us to do that in. So we decided to move to Florida, specifically the Orlando area, because we had been vacationing here in Disney for about 15 years now, and we just absolutely loved it. Once COVID hit, we started renting out houses, and that's when we really got to enjoy home life here in the Orlando area. We would go pick up Starbucks and go on grocery runs to stock up on food in the house. And we just absolutely loved that time here. So we thought that what was best for our family was to move down here to Florida and just be near Disney, which is my number one love. And I just do not regret it one bit. We actually moved with my entire family here. So my sister and my nieces, my mom, my dad, and recently my in-laws moved as well. So it has just been so nice and rewarding to be here. Logan is in an amazing school here. He has the best in speech therapy, and he really just gets to enjoy his childhood in a way that me and my husband were never able to enjoy, because there's not a lot for kids to do in the city. I feel like being able to just go to Disney on a random day and just have Logan experience that is so nice. This was probably the best decision for us, and I'm just really enjoying it. I'm loving life here, and yeah, that's why we moved. Another question I've been asked is if I have a full-time job. I do. I'm an accountant at a creator management agency, and I absolutely love what I do. It is different every day, and I just love that, because accounting can be very boring. But because I get to do it in such a creative space, it's actually a lot of fun. Every day is different, and I absolutely love it. Creating content is just kind of like a side thing that I do that I just love, because I'm very much a creative, and so being able to do this, it's just been so much fun. The editing, thinking about what I'm gonna post, going to Disney and understanding like what shots I need to take, what I'm gonna talk about, like all of this has just been a really nice creative outlet for me. I will definitely continue to do it for as long as I can. Even if literally nobody watches me, this is still something that I'm gonna continue to do, because it is such a nice outlet for me. Logan had his little Christmas party in school, and a lot of goodies were given, and he's just so excited. He doesn't know what to play with. He's just literally playing with everything. So every year I start a new planner, and I absolutely love the Clever Fox planners. You can get them on Amazon. What I typically do when I start a new planner is I like to personalize it, put all the stickers that I love. I found this really awesome Statue of Liberty sticker, which represents New York for me. I love food, so we have a little croissant. I love coffee, which is up here. Every year I tend to stick to like a color palette that year. I don't know why, I just love it. This year it was kind of like reds and pinks and sometimes yellow, but for 2026, I am really loving red and blue. I don't know what it is about the color combo, but I am just obsessed with it. I got a blue planner and then I added stickers in reddish tones. This is what I'm going to be using to plan my 2026. I'm going to write all of my goals and set all of my intentions in here so that I am ready for the year. This is something that I will start doing this week, and it is just the perfect timing because I am actually off of work for an entire week and a half. Logan is off of school, so I have plenty of time to just sit down, reflect on 2025 and plan for 2026 and set all of my goals, all of my intentions, and really just make 2026 another amazing year. I already live the life that I've always dreamed of. This is literally my perfect life. But if there is one thing that I would love is just even more time freedom. So all of my goals always align with that bigger goal. So one of the things that I love about these planners is that it has a bunch of pages with prompts for you to go in and like talk about your vision for your life, work, personal, whatever it may be. There is a lot of room in these planners to do that before you start the year. These are all things that really help with aligning yourself with your goals and your vision for yourself. And I just love writing things down because I feel like my brain retains the information more, and I could always look back and see what I wanted to accomplish, what I actually accomplished, and if I am making choices every day that really align with who I want to be and what I want to become. I love that there's so much room for you to like map out what the best version of you entails, and I just absolutely love that. I find that it is super helpful to keep me aligned and keep me in check with all of the goals that I write down and all of the things that I want to achieve for 2026. So there you have it. That was Vlogmas Day 5. Thank you for joining me on this one. I really enjoyed talking to you, answering questions, just talking about the books I love, how I get ready for the new year, and I just really, really enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed it just as much as I did, let me know in the comments and I will make more videos like this in the future. Thank you for joining me on this one and see you next time. Bye!